Hey campers, Raymond Turner from the recording studio here at Cook Children's. And as you can see, any day is a good day to be surrounded by drums, which is, as you've probably guessed, where we're going to start our rhythmic journey here of a really cool instrument. Now, this is a frame drum, and this particular frame drum is called a rhythm lid. In video 4, you'll find out why it's called a rhythm lid and what makes the particular frame drum that you're holding pretty special. Now, real quick, frame drums have been around for hundreds of years. In the US, frame drums are usually found today in Native American practices and celebrations. It's really just a circular wooden frame covered by animal skin from an animal that is indigenous to that culture's area or their historical roots. Circular frame drums are also found in Latin American regions as well as South Asian and Middle Eastern areas. In some Asian regions, they may have square or rectangular shaped frame drums, and there are even some that are octagonal or 8-sided, but regardless of the shape, their use is generally the same around the world, no matter where you go. In the Middle East and Northern Africa, some frame drums may have jingles or metal snares attached to them for a raspy sound. The simplicity of the frame drum is what allows you to jump right in and start making music, whether you're already good at rhythms or if this is your very first time picking up a drum. Now, one more quick thing before we get started. I do want to introduce you to the concept of practicing with a metronome. Now, you don't have to have one to enjoy this instrument, but it does help if you want to develop consistency in your playing and also have a way of tracking your progress as you speed things up a little bit every day. You can have that marker. If you have a cell phone or tablet, my absolute favorite metronome app that I use is called Tempo. It has a ton of amazing features, and it is absolutely worth exploring if you're interested. But again, you don't need it to start today. All right, let's dive into the frame drum. Okay, so now the first thing to do really is just to get to know the drum and the various sounds that it makes. Now, this is a synthetic drum head, meaning it's not made of animal skin, which is great for us since we don't have to deal with the animal hair all over the place. So some of your drums may have a slightly different texture than what you see here, and that is perfectly okay. There are a couple of different ways you can hold the drum. You can hold it with the fingers here, kind of grabbing the edge here, not touching the drum head, with the thumb up here, which is one way to hold it. And there's another way, which I would also suggest. You can have 2 or 3 of the fingers resting on the drum head back here or off. Maybe 2 of those fingers there to also be able to play and add some rhythmic elements while you're getting into the rhythms here as well. Now, there are different playing zones. You have the middle of the drum. You have the edge. You have everything in between from the middle to the edge. And all of those little nuances of sound are great to explore. But also don't forget the back part of the drum that you have as well to fill in rhythms as we go along. And I'll show you some examples of that as well. Now, since this is technically called a hand drum, it does involve the use of all the parts of your hand, really. You have your thumb. You have the individual fingers. You have what we call finger waves or rolls. You have knuckles. You even have your palm in the middle of the drum or along the edge. You have a technique we call palm finger, which is alternating between the palm and the fingers. You have scratching even. Hey. And then if you wear a ring or have some type of jewelry, you can also incorporate that along the side of the drum here. All right, so pretty cool. Now, most all of these sounds can be played either open, meaning the fingers off the back of the drum, or fingers on, which we call muted. So that's back fingers on, back fingers off, on, off. All right, here's an exercise I'll teach you just to kind of get accustomed to the drum and kind of getting your fingers moved around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 4 hits on each finger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. But I'm also going to alternate between the fingers back here as well. So 1 hit here, 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 and so forth, and go through all the fingers 1 through 5 and then back. So I'll play it slowly and kind of turn the drum here so you can see it as well. All right, and you can even take that a little bit quicker. So you can take it, as slowly as you need to. But the goal is just to get the agility in your fingers and just get used to using the different fingers, alternating up and down, and then also being able to use these back fingers back here as well, because that will be really important as you're playing this frame drum and creating some super cool new ideas. Speaking of new and super cool, this is a cool drum. I think I should hit it once. What do you think? Okay, so as you can see, there's way more to this drum than meets the eye. There are so many creative things you can come up with, and you're only limited by your imagination. Please be patient with yourself during this process if you're just starting. Take your time, and take some time today to continue exploring some of these playing techniques and see what you can come up with. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.